tuning the drones. Have you ever wondered why the bagpipe has such an effect on people? This is probably because the bagpipe covers the full spectrum of sound as it's covered by the great staff, i.e. we go from the bass clef up to the treble clef, and the drones are providing harmony to the chanter. Before we go on to tuning the drones, it's worth taking a look at some of the theory behind what we're trying to achieve. The first thing is an octave. For an octave we use the first 7 letters of the alphabet, with the 8th letter being a repeat, being the octave note. In the bagpipe scale we have A to A, with the low G being our 9th note, the extra note. So our octave is A up to A in the treble clef for the pipe chanter. Now that's how we write an octave, but the actual physics of an octave is halving or doubling of vibrations. So if I had a piece of string and it was 1 meter long and it was vibrating at 1,000 times per second, and I made it 2 meters long, it would then vibrate at half that speed at 500 times, exactly half. If I then reduced it to 500 millimeters, it would vibrate at double at 2,000 times per second. So it's a halving or doubling of the vibrations. Now, if, for instance, our pipe chanter was vibrating at 440 times per second, that means it's physically open and closing 440 times in the second. And our tenor drones were 1 octave, or they are 1 octave below that. That means that they are vibrating at 220 times per second. In other words, they open and close 220 times. The tenor drones is exactly 8 notes below. So if we go 8 notes down past middle C into A of the middle clef or the C clef, this is where our tenor drones tune. Now our bass drone is 1 octave below that again. So we come down into the bass clef, 8 notes, A down to A in the bass clef, and that's where the bass drone is tuning, and yes, that's vibrating at 110 times per second. So every time the chanter reed, or every second time the chanter reed beats, the tenor drone beats, and every 4th time the chanter reed beats, the bass drone beats. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So quite a lot of people have difficulty tuning the bass drone. That's the reason why. It's 2 octaves below the A on the chanter, and it's only beating 1 and 4 times to the chanter. So following that through, the high A on a pipe chanter would be beaten at 880 times per second. Now I know this is tuning in true A, and most pipe chanters today we're tuning a lot higher than that, 450 up to 455 in this scale. That's the physics behind. So what we're trying to do when we tune the drone is by lengthening or shortening the drone, we change the vibration. So if I make the tube longer, it makes the vibration slower, and if I make the tube shorter, it therefore makes it vibrate quicker. What I'm trying to achieve when I do this is, if you're playing low A, you have to bring the vibration in so that the tenor drone's vibrating at exactly half the speed of the chanter. This gives you a wow 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 effect, wow 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 wow, and as it comes in and it's sitting on top vibrating at half of that speed, you'll get a clean sound. It blends in. If you think about tuning a radio, a manual radio, and you're tuning the knob, you tune it, you bring it in, you get it just about where you think it's in tune, but you never actually just stop there. You go past it and it gets worse, then you go back and you get it just, and you say, yes, that's as good as I get it. Well, that's what you want to do with the drone. Now the easiest way is to actually put the drone out of tune. I normally I'll get students to put it higher. Then when you bring it in, you know you have to bring it down. Once you get it into tune, you want to say, yes, that's in tune, but then go past it. Once you've gone past it, it'll get worse again. You say, well, that's it, I know it's in the right place. Take it back to where you think it's right, and then you know that you've got the drone tuned in the correct place. Just so that this is easy for you to hear, I'm going to get some help. So I'm going to blow up the pipes, play low A, and then get the drone come down into tune, Once it's in tune, we'll go past it, then we'll take it back, it's in tune, and hopefully you'll hear that on the clip. So there you heard, the drone came down, in tune, went past it, quite a bit past it, then brought it back, and as it came back you could hear that he was in the right place. Pipes obviously need to be played for a wee bit just to get them to settle, but what I'll do this time, the most important thing though is when you do tune the drone is that you sound low A or high A. Now it's important that you do try and blow the pipes at the same pressure that you're blowing because the vibration changes. So if you cut the chanter out or you underblow, you tune the drones, as soon as you start blowing a tune you blow harder, you therefore will change the tuning. So this time I'm going to do it myself. I'll play high A and then I go back down to low A just to check, and then I go back up to high A. So the two notes I'm really using is low A and high A. Some people will argue and say that you shouldn't only tune one drone. Like I say though, it's better to get one drone tuned and get it tuned correct. Yes, the pressure does change and we should ideally try and tune at least 2 drones or 3 drones together. But the most important thing is to start off by getting one drone tuned. Once you can tune one drone and you understand the principle, you then can move on to tuning all 3 drones.